Hi everyone, Janie here, and I want to share this really adorable card that I just made, and the card fold is actually a new to me fold that I'll tell you about, but the card itself is starring this adorable bestie, which is IMG074. Isn't she just too cute? I love her, and I colored her with Inktense watercolor pencils. And the card fold itself I saw on Donna's blog, which is Lakefront Stamping Creations. And she didn't have directions or anything, but it didn't take me long to figure out how to do it. And I'm going to show you guys here in a minute. But right now, I'm going to show you how it opens, and I'm going to have to step around the corner because I can't do this backwards for the camera. So let's see if I can do this from here. So it has this little flap down here that opens, and then the card opens up. And yes, I have nothing on the inside yet. And then it closes, and the little flap just goes right back in and keeps it closed. And it is so cute. I added a little bow to the flap, and it's just cute. I added little gems down the side. But anyways, let's head over to my craft table and I will show you how to make it. This card is 5 inches by 6.5 inches, but what I'm going to show you right now is that you can make it other sizes. So we're going to make a card that is 4 1/4 by 5.5, so basically a regular A2 size card, but I cut the cardstock at 8 inches by 5.5 inches. And what we're going to do is score it at 4 1/4 inches. So just the regular size card there, except that this one side is going to be a 1/2 inch shorter. And it's hard to see right now, but when we get it all put together, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. The front of the card is now 5.5 by 3 3/4, and I cut a layer to go on that, and I made this 1/8 of an inch smaller, both height and width. Some people do it 1/4 of an inch, so it's up to you, but that's a 1/2 inch, and I will glue that on next. Here we go. As usual, I'm using my Beacons 3-in-1 because it gives you just a few seconds to move it into place if you didn't quite get it on straight, but it has good tack to it, and I like that. And I know it always looks like I'm putting a lot on, but it comes out of the bottle pretty thick, so it just takes me a while to get it on there. Okay. There we go. Next, we're going to make the little flap. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 1 inch by 2.5 inches. And we are just going to go in and score that at 2 inches. There we go. So we have this little flap here on the end. And you're also going to need some printed cardstock. I like to use the same thing I used on the front of the card. And this is 3/4 of an inch by just under 2 inches this direction. So right after I glued this on, I remembered I wanted to round the corners on this one. And luckily, my Beacons glue allowed me to lift this up and round both corners with my daughter's Zutter corner rounder. And I also used it to round the corners on the back and the corners on the tab. So on both parts of that. And where'd it go? Here it is. And the corners on the piece that's going to go on the inside. So I'm just doing the outside corners and leaving the other side straight. So what we're going to do next is get this tab ready to go. And I'm actually going to be putting a baseball brad on the front of this. So let me get this out here, figure out about right where I want it. And I think right about there. I know, I'm just kind of eyeballing it here. The reason why I'm putting this on now is I want the back of the brad to be hidden. So that way nobody sees it from the other side, because it will be up against the blue and nobody will see it. All right, so now I'm going to glue that on really quick here. Let me get it off my little mat. Okay, there we go. And what I'm going to do is put it right here. See where the fold is? So I'm going to fold that over and put it right up against it. There we go. Let me get it right into place. Okay. So this is the tab. And we are going to attach that little flap that we made, the little tab here. We're going to attach that to the side of the card, right to the back. And you don't want to put it all the way down to the bottom, but close to the bottom. So I think this is about, let's see if I have my ruler here, and I'll measure here for you. Not quite a half an inch, somewhere between 1/4 and 1/2. You could probably go up as high as a 1/2 inch if you would like. So let me add a little glue to that. Okay. And there we go. Just get that on there and let it dry. For me, it's only going to take just a few seconds here for it to be ready to go. And then the next thing we're going to do is attach this to the inside. So as you see, we have our little flap here. Let me get some glue on the back of here. Oops, I stood it upright. Beacon's 3-in-1 is a really thick glue. It's not like your normal, white wet glue at all. It's really kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost rubbery. You can actually roll it right off your fingers or off your project. So let's get this on here. Okay, there we go. Got that on there. And now we're going to put it on the inside. Get it all nice and lined up there. Make sure I get it in there straight. See, like I told you, I get to move this stuff around. I'm not like some of you who can just put the, the tape on the back, the double-sided tapes or glue runners or whatever, and then just plop it right into place. I am just not one of those. So I need this glue where I can just move it and then have it ready to go. All right, so there's the inside. I don't have a sentiment yet. And this is going to flap over the outside. So you can see the white showing right there because there's a 1/2 inch difference. And now we're going to go to the next step. Next, I colored this adorable Bestie boy, little baseball player there. And I colored him with Inktense watercolor pencils. And then I used Gina Marie Designs stitched rectangles here, little dies, so that it has this cute little stitched design around the edge. And I did the same thing with a piece of the dark blue so that I can layer it right on there. And that's what I'm going to do right now. Just get this glue on here. Okay. There we go. Get him put right on there. So now you know why I use the baseball brad, huh? Because I'm going to make this a card for a little boy who likes baseball. There we go. Okay, now, before we go any further, I should actually tell you that you need to slightly bend this. Curve it gently. We're not trying to put a crease in it. Just kind of move it with your fingers so that it has a slight bend to it, a little give, so that it doesn't get all bent every time you use it. And then we're going to use foam adhesive, so this will be raised, and there'll be a spot for this to go behind. So what we have to do is figure out where we're putting it, and it looks like I made a mistake and got that baseball up just a little bit too high, but I think we can make it work. So let me see here. I'll get my foam tape, and let's see, where's the top? There we go. Put a piece across the top right there. And then on the bottom, we're not going to put it all the way because we want to leave room for that to go behind. What I love is you can make mistakes in crafting and you can fix them. And obviously, you've seen me make a couple of mistakes this time around. But we are all crafters and we know how to fix our mistakes, don't we? Okay, so I think I'll put that right about there. Peel this off. And I want it at an angle, so I'm going to put it just like that. So there you go, and it has, you know, nice little dimension there. And then this will go right behind it, like so. And that's how it works. And then it just slides right out like that to open it, and slides right back underneath it to close it. There we go. My bad. That was a really big brad, and this should have been down a little bit further. On the side, you can decorate it, or you can like even stamp a little sentiment if you wanted to. And I'll show you this one again. There you go. I did put this one down at the bottom, and that's what I should have done with the other one. And then it just slips right out. So there you go. Learn from my mistakes and enjoy making one of these cards. You can make them any size you want, but the key is to make the front half a ½ inch shorter than the back, and then make sure that wherever you put this little flap here, that it's going to land where you want it to. And I did that there, and I should have done it on this one. So bad me. Okay, you can all laugh at me, but a real crafter knows how to fix her mistakes. Check it out. It's now down here at the bottom, and the little brad isn't in the way, and it just opens right up, and then this easily just slides right underneath there. Yay! Thank you all for watching and for putting up with my blooper. Below you'll find the links to the images that I used, as well as a link to Donna's blog so that you could see the card that inspired me. And I hope you all visit Sherry Baldy's store to check out all the rest of the images that she has. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.